Hello, interwebs. Sir Talen here. I'm back and balder than ever. And I've also got new glasses. See? Anyway, I apologize for being gone for so long. It's just life got in the way and things got really busy. And as much as I enjoy talking about things I love, unfortunately, I keep having to have this job to feed myself, my wife, and my kids. Actually, my wife's got the better job, so she does most of the feeding. But anyway. What's been going on is way back in August of last year, I had my Kickstarter campaign to do the audiobook version of Captive of the Red Vixen, and that went over pretty well. I got enough money, about $600, to get the audiobook professionally produced, and it's been available since about, I believe, beginning of October, late September. Sales haven't been that great, but I honestly didn't expect them to be. I wish they would be better, but I'm a niche author in writing furry science fiction romance novels, which is sort of a niche of a niche of a niche. So it's surprising anyone buys this stuff anyway. Buying an audiobook may be a bit much. But it was a good experiment. I'd like to try and do the other books in the series, especially Shadow of the Red Vixen and Shadow of Our Sins, but that would be, at this point, dependent on finding a voice actor who would be willing to split the profits from the books, since I don't think I could ever raise $600 twice more to do this. I'd really love to, but I will be honest with you, for those of you who paid above the $25 range and are expecting to finally get the ebooks that I promised you, I have not managed to do that for you. I apologize. That's wrong. I wish I could do better by you. I'm going to try and fix it. I just need to figure out how. I'm sorry. Moving on to more fun things. Again, I haven't been writing as much as I want to. I've got at least two novellas in the Red Vixen Adventures that I'm working on. One's a direct follow-up to Shadow of Our Sins, where Sally and Allie go home, and Sally has to convince her parents that, yeah, marrying this nice commoner girl who happened to murder a few kids is really okay, honestly. And the one after that, where Rollis and Melanie go through a bit of a crisis because he's having a hard time dealing with her past, and she's feeling awfully guilty about it. So that's always fun. And I've also got one short story in the universe that's already written that I want to publish. I'm just having troubles getting my cover artist to finish the cover. If I don't see anything from that soon, I'm going to probably slap something crap together with Photoshop, which isn't going to be great, but you gotta do what you gotta do. On more positive notes, I've been having fun in a game called Spin Tires, which, if you follow a web guy named YouTube commentator named Kurt J. Mac, it's basically an indie game where there's no plot to it. You're basically driving Russian-built trucks through the Russian wilderness, exploring the wilderness and gathering up logs and taking them to lumber yards, and that doesn't sound like much, except the trucks are very detailed, and the big highlight of the game is the realistic mud effects as you're trying to drive through all this horrible broken ground, and it's just a challenge to try and get through the damn thing and get to where you're going. Other than that, I do one of the games I'm looking forward to in the next few months is Batman Arkham Knight, which is going to be the finale of the Batman Arkham video game trilogy. Sorry guys, Batman Arkham Origins doesn't count. It was made by a different company. But anyway, the problem is it's only for the PS4, and I don't own a PS4, but maybe for my birthday. We'll see. That'd be great. Other than that, there was one thing I was going to mention, I forget what. Oh yes, one of the the artist for the new cover art for the Captive of the Red Vixen audiobook, Meg Sveriad, has been putting out a new webcomic called Daughter of the Lilies. You can find it under her DeviantArt site, Meg Siv. That's MEGSYV like Victor. and on DeviantArt, and it's a wonderful webcomic. It's basically set in a sort of a D&D-ish fantasy universe, and it's got the heroine is this mysterious masked mage, and she's working with this adventuring party, which is mildly hilarious because, for one thing, it's being led by pretty much the nicest 7-foot-tall axe-wielding orc you're ever going to meet, and he keeps referring to his fellow mercenaries as his employees, because they are, and it's kind of hilarious to see this mage who's blasting some dark night elves referring to her colleagues as her co-workers. So it's an interesting comic, and I recommend it highly. And it's just gotten started. I think it was about it's on the second chapter. So if you get into it, you're not going to get into too much of an archive dive. Other than that, as I said, I'm still writing. I'm not writing as quickly as I want to, just because getting the writing mojo's been really difficult. I want to write more in the Red Vixen adventures. I want to write more short bits in the For Your Safety series, and if I can get enough of them together, I might put them together as a short story collection, like I collected the 3 stories of the Dragon's Companion. Speaking of which, I need to get a new cover art for that too, because Meg did the original cover art for that about 10 years ago, and she did a pretty good job for her skills at the time. She's improved greatly since then, and I'd really like to do it over properly with a proper cover lettering, titling, and everything, and color actually, and might actually sell well. Other things in the pipeline that I'm looking forward to, author Rick Spohr is coming out later this year, hopefully in a couple of months, with Polychrome, which is his little take on the Oz universe written in a more modern style. Hoping to see that soon. And other than that, that's about it for now. I'm hoping to do a more proper review of some things I'm interested in, and maybe if I keep this up, I might try doing a live reading of one of my stories over on live stream. I've never done that, and it's worth a shot. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, for now, thank you for all of your patience. I hope to have more work out for you to read, and just have a pleasant winter, and hopefully it'll be over soon.